are you? You're down here? Hold on, it's coming back. Travis. Fucking alive down here. Hello? Travis!
Brother Michael, I knew you'd come.
Fucking watching Matt Hardy promos again.
Yeah, I've been watching way too much Matt Hardy. Hey, welcome back. He's back.
Seriously, dude, I'm not fucking 12 years old. What is that supposed to scare me or something? All it does is make me think less of you. Fucking TNA. Oh, it still fits. That's good. Obviously, no Logan Mirrors wasn't sitting there. Didn't break. Got the natty bow like I asked for. It's gotta be great to have a new contract. I'm sure you're real happy about having me back. I'm back, motherfuckers. I got a lot of shit to say. Let's get this shit going.
Sunday night, October the 9th, live for us on the Slam Pigs podcast. This is your 2016 No Mercy post show. I'm here with Logan Mirrors. Welcome, Logan. Thanks for joining me as always on the post show, man. How's everything going with you?
Awesome, and oh my goodness. Come on, you should know it's Logan Myers, not Mirrors.
Oh, I thought that was your ring name, Logan Mirrors. It would totally work too, because you could do like a narcissist Lex Luger gimmick where you'd be like vain, and like, you know what I mean? I would stick with Mirrors. You need to go by, because if you have, say we have a listener and like he's like, man, this Logan guy, he fucking sucks, and like he wants to find you and beat you up, or like try to beat you up, he'll know your real name. Yeah.
Something like that one dude that decided to do a CM Punk on us.
Huh. Something like that, but Hoppin' Bruce Biggs. Well, I guess I've been getting used to the awkward silences the past 2 weeks. Shout out to Erica Mart and Corey the Bear Guy filling in for a reason actually, but this week, voted back by you guys, the listeners of Slam Pigs podcast, and whether I agree with the outcome of any poll, the bottom line is I appreciate you guys listening to the show each week, giving us feedback, making it interesting. But guys, Logan, man, he's back. Welcome back to the show. Michael, you're back.
You're goddamn right I'm back. And this show has sucked. Just to let you guys know. The show's without me. I mean, in the words of Big Daddy Cool, you can hate me, but you gotta love me because I'm the best thing going today.
Big Daddy Cool referencing Diesel, of course, for those
obviously.
that didn't. Well, some people might not watch 95 stuff. I don't blame them.
Well, once again, I mean, I didn't miss getting cut off on my intro back, but
I've already been a scholar and a gentleman about it, and I waited till a little break.
You know, this is supposed to be my re-entrance to the show.
You're right. You know what? In all seriousness, fresh start. You ready? We're back.
I got my fresh natty bow in hand as part of my new contract. New lucrative deal, guys. Trust me, it hurt Travis to give me the deal, and I loved every fucking second of it. Logan,
you're in, brother.
I hope you're ready tonight, buddy, because I got three weeks worth of talking. I've been on the show, and it's been sorely missed from what I've seen on the internet.
Well, I'm not.
And I can honestly be nice to you for once and say it's actually good to have Michael back.
Well, I'd like to take that as a compliment, but it's just not in me, Logan. So, I guess whatever.
I will say one
Oh.
thing before we go ahead, Logan, real quick. Sorry, man.
No, go ahead. No, yep. Go ahead.
I will say one thing on the last episode with Corey the Bayo guy, which I had a blast doing with him. I did say when I announced you were coming back that I did feel like the show was missing something. I even said on air, it's documented, you bring a certain element to the show, but you were missed on my behalf, believe it or not. But certain things I didn't miss, but other things I did miss. But we get a little serious real quick. First time you've gone public since it's happened. Congratulations on the birth of your son. Finally, we've been talking about it since the show started, I think, because you knocked her up around that time, I'm pretty sure, right? That's sweet irony. But my nephew, my first nephew. So,
Yep, my son is here.
welcome, Jace.
Jace is here. He's a future star. He's a tough guy, just the way he is. He's got it in his genes. He's going to be around maybe in a few years on future shows as a guest analyst, because you can best believe this kid is going to know his wrestling, and he's going to be all about it.
What if he comes out, though, and he's like, he's into wrestling, but he's like a hardcore TNA fan, and he loves soccer, not American football. And no matter what you do,
Are you making a fucking joke right now?
I'm making a possible
I
scenario.
will disown him. That's the way that'll go.
As an
This
experience,
is fucking America. We don't fucking love soccer here. We like football.
it's
American football.
soccer's become pretty popular over here.
Soccer is the most popular sport around the world, but not
Everywhere
in the
else.
United States. What is the most popular sport in the United States? American football.
Correct.
He's going to be a Dallas Cowboy fan. He's going to be a Baltimore Orioles fan, whether he fucking likes it or not.
Well, if there's one thing I've definitely learned, some advice for you. In 8 years of parenting, you can try to steer them all you want, but they're little people. They're going to like what they like.
We'll see about that.
Well, you know what we did see tonight, guys? WWE No Mercy. The reason we're here, it's done. It's over with.
By the way, my son is hell of a good-looking kid. I mean, he didn't have any choice. His mother's smoking hot. His dad's a fucking red-hot fox. I mean, it's just the way it goes.
You literally just sounded like Ricky Bobby when you said all of that.
That's fine.
I didn't know if you wanted to sound like
Whatever.
Okay. All right, whatever floats your boat.
I mean, he had no choice but to be a good-looking kid. For those of you that haven't seen it, go on my Facebook page.
So he put it in the Slam Pigs group.
He's all over there. I mean, it's the best-looking kid you've probably ever seen in your life, and it's just the way it goes.
Easy, because we both got kids, and we're not
Saying,
getting into
he's
that.
a fucking good-looking kid.
Well,
You held him. I saw
I gotta-
your eyes. I saw your eyes when you held him. I could see it in your eyes.
I gotta agree. It is the bloodline. But
So,
all that aside, guys, Michael is back with Logan this week for No Mercy. Guys,
didn't really need Logan, but I guess whatever.
are you going to start already?
Yeah,
We
gonna
did
start.
not even announce one
Well, I'm
match.
just saying, I feel like for my return, it could have just been me. I didn't need either one of you, to be honest. I just did a show by myself. It would have been more entertaining than the last few shows you've done. I could have just fell asleep.
You literally just took a warm-hearted family segment, literally, and you followed up with that.
Mm-hmm.
What did I do now?
I was missed, wasn't I?
What did I do now? You
Hey.
look like you're tearing up, actually.
I'm not tearing up.
You're
not
fighting
tearing
those
up.
tears with anger.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
I'm really fighting tears right now. No, it's mostly anger. I'm just being honest. Hey, if I can't be myself, I can't be on the show, and the people have voted. They want me on the show as myself. This is what you're getting, whether you like it or not.
Let's do this. Before we jump into any of the pay-per-view, let's put the final nail in the coffin on the whole incident and try to never go back to it. You walked off. I didn't necessarily kick you off. I gave you the option.
Wasn't exactly like have much
it-
choice.
I think we were both being dumb. It was a mutual split. But you're back, so let's move on.
I'm ready. I'm not changing though, so
The presidential debate. I'm sorry. No Mercy live tonight, guys. The format, first of all, here's the biggest thing coming out of No Mercy for me, guys. The format of this show ruined the show. As you would assume it would, putting the main event immediately, you've got to have matches that can somewhat deliver. A Brock Lesnar match, depending on the opponent, maybe. But we're not in that era for that kind of rounded card. You got to start
this
soft.
isn't WrestleMania.
And WWE's reason for opening the show tonight with this, guys, was because it's going on right now, actually live also, the presidential debate.
It's done now. It ended around the same time as the pay-per-view, actually.
The American presidential
Yep,
debate.
the American presidential debate. Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton going at it one-on-one inside whatever you want to call it.
Steel cage.
Whatever you want to call it, they were going at it. And I think the best question of the whole debate, because I was watching it as I was watching the last match of the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Because the last match of the pay-per-view kind of sucked. The best question I heard from the people at the debate was, can either one of you guys find anything positive to say about each other?
No.
Nope.
And they both did.
I bet they tried like
They both
shit, though.
definitely tiptoed around that question, but they both did say something positive about each other. But I thought that was a great question from that listener. So, but that's all I have to say about the debate. This is a fucking wrestling podcast. Let's go over this shitty-ass
Fuck
pay-per-view.
the debate. Fuck both of them.
Let's go over this shitty-ass fucking pay-per-view.
But the reason I bring up the debate, excuse me,
Yeah.
I'm not even drinking
A little
this week.
belchy?
I'm
You
not
need a burpee?
sponsored.
I'm good at burping now. I can
I'm
burp
glad.
you.
That's another reason I'm glad you're here for when I fuck up like that.
Okay.
You can cover my tracks. a
Oh,
little.
okay, that's good. Because I'm really good at burping people now.
I said, guys, American presidential debate, world wrestling entertainment, world
All over the world,
wrestling
baby.
entertainment,
All over.
on an on-demand service, WWE Network, when people can fucking watch this shit anytime they want. So they can watch the goddamn debate and come back. Now the people that watch the debate and not this already know what happened pretty much, because wrestling fans are so jaded and stupid, and I'm guilty of it too. We'll want to see a show, we'll look at spoilers sometimes because we just can't help ourselves.
Yep.
We got to blow our little wrestling loads all over the
That's a
place.
little graphic.
Hey, I'm a little fired up
All right.
at this stupid fucking booking decision with opening this with the
Travis
show.
Donahue on Fired Up this week.
The main point is it's seen all over the world. It's just as popular in England as it is over here. Now, let's say for us Americans, it was like the prime minister election over in England. Are they going to fucking change the format?
Absolutely not.
Exactly. So this was asinine. Yes, you can say you understand why they did it, but Jesus Christ.
This isn't fucking WrestleMania, folks. This is No Mercy.
No mercy.
It's a fucking fill-in pay-per-view in the fall season of the year. Why in fucking hell would you have your main event go on first? All of the build-up off of SmackDown too, because I think you and I are in agreement. SmackDown has been pretty much the better show since they've split the brands.
They definitely
It did
hit
go
'em.
back and forth there for a little while.
Yeah.
Raw tries to pull shock value every once in a while with the title change in the main event, but for the most part, SmackDown has been the consistently better show overall. And for them to do this on their pay-per-view, kind of just makes you wonder, like, what the fuck are they doing? Honestly, Vince? It's got to be Vince.
See, for the longest time, I've thought since the brand split, Vince wasn't really pulling the strings at SmackDown, and it showed in the shows.
But when it'd be hard for me to blame Triple H.
And honestly, this wasn't like a match, but anybody could have done this.
Mm-hmm.
Triple H could have very well made this decision, and they've never really done this before, so maybe Triple H did make the decision.
He wanted to switch things up, but
It didn't work.
For me, I thought it was terrible.
Logan,
I think the first match should have been the last match, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like the first match would have gotten a lot more time if it were last.
Yeah.
And I feel like all the other matches that ended up on this pay-per-view that were kind of lackluster may have been graded a little bit higher. Logan, your thoughts, you shithead.
Will you stop
I
it?
exactly
Fuck
agree.
no.
He said he agreed. Are you happy?
Oh, all right. Well, thank you for your in-depth commentary on that, Logan. We can always appreciate your analysis. Other than that,
Logan, would you have booked it this way? Like, do you see why they did it? Do you think that was a smart idea?
I don't.
what?
But it helped only one thing when it came to the pay-per-view is to really see if Bray Wyatt can do it in the main event.
Well, he didn't, in my opinion.
No, the main event sucked.
Every time he's main evented a pay-per-view, and I think he has before at Hell in a Cell with Roman. Didn't they main event that?
I don't remember. If I don't remember, it means it wasn't very good.
Anyway, the character, I guess I've been in denial too long about Bray Wyatt, and this isn't the first match or anything. Real quick, I guess I'm finally admitting that it's not going to happen ever. I'm finally admitting they've hurt the character too much, and it's
It's
not.
just way too stale.
Yeah, it's just not going to work.
It's like a loaf of bread that's been in your house for 3 months. Just stale
Wow.
and gross.
That's pretty.
And green.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gross.
I mean,
That's the way it's gotten.
I think Bray Wyatt is phenomenal. He is an untapped talent.
Yeah, but the promo
We have not
tonight,
seen everything Bray Wyatt can probably do.
Just saying, like,
No.
the past few months with him, it's just kind of gotten stale and gross. You know what I mean?
Gross.
Like, it just makes you want to vomit a little bit. Like, even his promo tonight in the middle of the show is, what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, none of it made sense.
Are we starting at the top of the card?
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess.
And that would also make it like kind of a backwards way to the main event. So
Yeah.
fuck it, we're already in it.
I mean, usually we start with the main event, so let's fucking do it.
Overall, this match, the build up, was anyone a fan of this build up? These backstage promos where it's taking 10 fucking years, and we've seen this time and time again with not only Bray Wyatt. Has anyone heard of The Undertaker? Go check out Undertaker vignettes in like the 90s. Same type of shit. I just don't think anyone wants to see that in their wrestling anymore.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I enjoyed it. I honestly, I
Well,
did.
you would.
Well, I mean, that's a good thing he did because that's the other side of it. Why did you enjoy the build up to this, Logan?
Well,
Nobody
the
gives a
reason
shit.
why I enjoyed it the most was because it helps bring out more of the character of Bray Wyatt more than since he has been stale when it has come down to it with his in-ring abilities, like the moves. He hasn't been doing much of anything to really change what he's doing in the ring. And I mean, his promos, of course, lately they haven't been as, I don't know, as Gary in quotation marks as
Gary sucks. Scary or Gary?
Scary.
Oh,
So I got a trigger from my other podcast. Whenever I say Gary, you got to say Gary sucks. But continue.
But I just think right now Bray Wyatt is lacking something that will get him to the top. And I guess now we're seeing the reason why the WWE didn't put the belt on him a couple months ago when he was
It's-
going for that
I
opportunity.
mean, we are seeing the reason why right now. One thing, we're seeing the reason why Bray Wyatt isn't being pushed as the champion. We're also seeing why we're not giving Logan Mirrors more time than he gets. Because, I mean, it's just almost nappy nap time. I'm not going to lie to you. I just want to go seepy like my son. And that's all he does. But, you know, it's fine. I'm back on the show. We're going to keep this show living it up. We're going to get the fans interested, back in tune. Because the views have gone down, Travis. Whether you want to admit it or not, the views have gone down the past couple weeks. And it's time to liven them up a little bit. And one of the ways to do that is cut Logan Mirrors off. I think that's what the fans want. And that's what we're going to go to. Next match, Travis.
Whoa. You come back, you're still not the host. I'm not ready to move on. I wasn't finished about Bray
Oh, I'm
Wyatt.
sorry.
I was letting you get some steam off.
Oh,
Big
all right.
shock.
All right.
And I was
Well, I was just saying what the people are.
I was just gonna totally ignore what you said and just go back right into the Bray stuff.
Were you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Because you went off the rails
Well, you
again.
did what you got to do.
You're like a little kid, and there's this big giant red fucking button, and they walk by it and it says "Do not touch." You know that little kid? He's not gonna not press the button. He's gonna press the button like this. He's gonna pound it with his
I
fist.
will beat the ever-loving shit out of that button if it makes the viewers happy. Because that's what I care about on this show. You know, all the shit I've taken on this show for being an asshole and this and that. You know,
First of all, have you in 30? This is 31, Michael.
Yeah.
Have you taken that much shit, or have you
Absolutely.
dished out the
do
shit?
people give you shit in the comments section?
Oh, really? I'm talking about on the show.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you get ridiculed for being an asshole on the show?
no,
Exactly.
I'm not an asshole.
So don't talk to me about that when you don't understand it.
One guy.
Okay?
You want to bring him up?
Not one fucking guy.
I don't
It's
even
more than one
fucking
guy.
like
You got
him.
him, you got Lee, you got Logan, you got all these fucking guys that don't fucking like me. It's
Logan, honestly, Logan has never said anything, and he's on here now, so.
fine. Well, he probably should, because it's not reciprocal. But it's fine.
No,
I
let the.
just don't understand why Michael's like this towards me.
Oh. See, this is that PG.
But-
This
but-
is that PG
but that's
moment
okay.
where I know is WWE in the middle of the anti-bullying campaign. Is that what's going on right now?
Michael's like this to everybody, Logan. It's nothing personal. It's just Michael. But he's back.
I mean, I deal with enough crying at home right now. I don't need it right now, okay? So, let's...
Bray Wyatt, though, it's their fault that he's not worthy of being in the main event. It's so their fault. When the Wyatt family debuted in 2013, that shit was red hot. And what did they do a month in? They put him in a fucking, like, Inferno match with Kane? No, Ring of Fire match, where you didn't even have to fucking set him on fire. It was just a match with fire. And after that, he was wrestling like Kofi in singles. And then we said it time and time again.
Like Kofi.
The feud.
Was he flying around doing
He wrestled
shit?
Kofi at like Night of Champions the month after that, I remember.
Oh, I thought you meant like what you were saying, like he was wrestling like Kofi Kingston.
No.
Like he was like flying around doing a bunch of flipping.
That is a hilarious vision I just got in my head
just
there.
thinking like Bray Wyatt.
But yeah, then of course he went to that feud with Cena, which damaged him more than any feud to this day, in my opinion. It's just been fed shit after
Feud to
that.
death.
I feel like somebody backstage that pulls some strings has something against him.
Maybe they don't like the
Because he's
man.
always handed opportunities, but it seems like some little booking tweak, just like tonight. The goddamn internet exploded, at least those people that weren't watching the presidential debate. When Bray Wyatt won, oh yeah, Bray Wyatt won. Did he win clean, guys? Again.
He's not supposed to, Travis. He's a fucking heel.
Heels, and we talked about this earlier, Michael. Go ahead and say what your philosophy on the heel thing.
I'm an old school guy when it comes to wrestling, okay? I think when your heel wins, he shouldn't win clean. Especially on a fucking fall pay-per-view. It's not like it was SummerSlam or fucking WrestleMania. Why can't your heel get over dirty? I think you've become a little too mainstream and New Day with me a little bit. With the
New Day.
Everybody has to win fucking clean.
No, that
They
isn't.
don't have to win clean.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
That's what it sounds like.
It's not what.
Because
my
I
point
feel
is,
like
you
Bray
can.
Wyatt is your number one heel on that show right now.
Yeah.
He should win dirty. Well, by hell or high water,
Besides
he should be
AJ
winning.
and The Miz.
If that's the case, then why Brock Lesnar, who not only beat the streak, I don't care if he's part time or not. He's booked. He
That
was
was
booked.
WrestleMania.
He was a heel. He
That's
always
WrestleMania.
does. He always win clean.
Usually.
Is he the biggest heel in the company when he's around?
Yes.
There you go.
Well,
But that's
it's
not my only
It's
point.
hard to say yes on that. I shouldn't have just flapped off and said yes there.
You shouldn't have
because-
flapped off either because I was agreeing with you, but you never let me get back to the point. You got me stumbling over my lets. I can't even pronounce the word let. I was going to say.
Do you want to say Lex instead?
You can use the heel winning clean, but in moderation. Sprinkle it in.
I don't
And this
like
was
it
a
right
moment
here.
where Wyatt needed it sprinkled in.
No.
Especially to close the goddamn fucking pay-per-view.
No.
I'm fucking pissed.
I disagree.
Not at anyone on the show. This week I'm pissed at fucking WWE. This shit went up to $12 a month.
I totally disagree.
Ooh.
I think this is a perfect example of your heel winning dirty. And that's the way it should be. I like it. I like that Luke Harper made an entrance. I like that he cost Randy Orton the match.
Just feels like we've been here a million times with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
It
but
feels
how-
like we've fucking been here before.
Yeah, but how long have we sat here and said, can Bray Wyatt ever get a pay-per-view win?
You know, now that
Can
I think there was literally a pay-per-view match.
Exactly.
Guys, I think there was literally a pay-per-view match with the same exact finish, too. The lights went out, and it was Luke Harper in a black hoodie in some match. Am I mistaken? Did they use the same fucking finish?
They didn't. I think you're mistaken. But I totally agree with this. I like that. I like that he won dirty. If he wins clean, how does that make fucking Randy Orton look? When has Randy Orton Randy Orton won a
you're
pay-per-view match since he's been back?
You're just being dumb.
I'm not being dumb.
You're not
I'm-
seeing the bigger picture.
I am seeing the bigger picture because this way you keep Randy Orton looking strong because he didn't get beat clean by Bray Wyatt. Okay.
Randy
And
Orton
Randy
doesn't
Orton-
need to look strong
and
because
Randy
he's
Orton's-
established.
No,
Bray
no.
Wyatt needs to be established.
Can I finish?
Sure.
Are you done?
Yes. I do apologize.
Randy Orton has not won a pay-per-view match since he's been back. Okay. And Bray Wyatt has not won a pay-per-view match since Jesus Christ, since Christ appeared. And I feel like this is a way to make them both still strong and not hurt either character. Okay. So Randy Orton lost to him because Luke Harper was there. That's fine. You're sitting here shaking your head.
Yep.
That's fine.
Well,
But I
I'm
feel
just
like-
thinking
I
what I'm
feel-
saying, too.
I
do
feel
that.
like the majority of the fans right now are agreeing with me in the fact that it's okay for Bray Wyatt to win dirty as long as it's done correctly. And I think it was done correctly.
It was-
Did Luke Harper in the ring really affect the match? He was in
No.
there for 2 seconds, and all it did was
He didn't make any
and,
contact.
and all
You're
it
right.
did, yeah, and all it did was just kind of sway his attention for a second. What is the difference between that and say Rick Rude when Bobby Heenan got up on the apron. You love that shit. You love when Ricky Rude wins. You love when Bobby Heenan gets involved. What's the difference?
Is it throwing back now?
There is no difference.
Thank you. Go ahead,
At
Travis.
the end of the
You guys
day-
are. Go ahead, Logan. I'm ready.
At the end of the day, Bray Wyatt needed the win no matter what, and he got the win. Plain and simple. It didn't matter how it happened, as long as he got that win that he needed.
I agree. For once, with you. Mark that down as a landmark. But yes, I agree with you. He needed that win come hell or high water. Bray Wyatt needed the win a lot more than Randy Orton needed it. Travis, go ahead with your rant that you're ready for.
It just goes back to what I said. You guys aren't seeing the bigger picture. You're not seeing.
What is your bigger picture, Travis? I want to hear it. Let me sit back in my seat.
You
a little
should,
bit.
because you better go. You know what? Go up to my kitchen, go up in the cupboard, get some popcorn, put it in the oven, in the microwave, not the oven. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oven.
Randy Orton started in what? 2002, right? Correct. Debuted 2002. Randy Orton's what, a 13, 14 time world heavyweight champion, correct? Something like that.
I think he's 12 times.
Logan, do you know the exact reign of Orton?
Sure, Erica Mard's British fan would know it.
10.
Well, it's way too many fucking times for one, but nonetheless, it's up there. Randy Orton,
Youngest champ of all time.
I'm starting to feel old because now we're in an era. Randy Orton's a veteran. I can remember in like Evolution where he was a rookie. So I'm starting to feel old. But the bigger picture is this: at this point in Randy Orton's career, guys, you could fucking book him in a match with goddamn Fandango and have Fandango. Listen, no, don't. You want to roll your eyes? Fandango could fucking beat him clean. You could look at it as they're making Fandango start. Regardless, Randy Orton gets beat clean by Fandango. You could make Randy Orton in a backstage segment that's awful with the worst shit, like the Boogeyman, Hornswoggle, all that shit. Randy Orton will not be affected because he is established. Bray Wyatt, nope, I let you have the floor. I was polite. Bray Wyatt is not established, guys. In the beginning, he was on the road to having that path. In the big match scenarios, Bray Wyatt always loses. He always drops the ball, hence why everyone's blowing their loads right now over it. He needed to win clean right now to rejuvenate his career more. It is, I agree with you guys both. Don't get me wrong. I think it's good he won regardless. But it would have meant more, and it would have, I don't know, it just would have felt more special, especially closing a pay-per-view, if he would have won clean. Orton would not have been hurt by a clean loss in the slightest. He just got destroyed by Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Is his character damaged? No. I don't see any less Orton signs or any more. I don't hear the crowd any less or any more. Nothing's changed because nothing's going to change with Orton because he's one of those guys. Like a Cena. Like you could even say a Jeff Hardy. One of those fucking guys. Look at Shawn Michaels, the shit they did with Vince McMahon at WrestleMania 22. The matches against God. An imaginary fucking character, the worst booking match of all time, by the way. That's why. That's why. Yeah.
Okay. I could not.
Mic drop.
Okay. Could not disagree with you more. Totally disagree with you here. I think if Randy Orton loses this match clean, it totally makes him irrelevant in the company. And I think this guy needs to be relevant on your show because he's a marquee name, and you can't just have him. And also because he got destroyed by Brock Lesnar. He gets beat clean by Bray Wyatt. Where does that leave Randy Orton? Fucking nowhere. It's at least in mid-card.
There's always a spot for Randy Orton.
No, there's not always a spot for Randy Orton if he never fucking is relevant. You know what I mean? He gets destroyed by Brock Lesnar. There's not even a finish to the match.
Randy Orton sells merchandise.
Then say he loses clean to fucking Bray Wyatt here. Then Randy Orton is nowhere. What do you do with Randy Orton from here? At least this way, Randy Orton still has something to do going forward. If you have him lose clean to Bray Wyatt here, it totally kills his comeback character in general.
Who's one of the hottest characters in the company right now? One of your favorites? Because for me, it's what Chris Jericho is doing right now. Would you agree?
Oh, SmackDown, it's The Miz.
Okay,
and he lost tonight, and we'll go into that. I feel the total opposite about him losing. I think it's good for him to lose, but we'll go into that later.
My point is, you like what Jericho's doing currently, correct?
It's okay.
It's good though. It's a lot better than what he's been doing as a part-time.
I think it's getting a little, but it's okay.
He's got it over. He's over again. For the last couple years, he hasn't really been as over because he's been booked as what you said, like Randy Orton. If he'll come back as a part-time and lose, and Jericho lost constantly, but Jericho's hot again. It doesn't matter because he's fucking established. Jericho has the credentials. It's about credentials. It's about merchandise sales. Randy Orton is so established. He has a fan base that will never go away.
Jericho's been back for over a year. It's not like he just came back like Orton did at SummerSlam. Okay.
We're not going to agree on this.
Yeah, we're not going to agree.
It's good stuff.
Logan Mirrors, what are your thoughts on this? Tiebreaker time.
Tiebreaker?
It's a toughie.
I'll be honest with you. Randy Orton is not going to be affected by, no matter what anybody says, he's not going to be affected by anything. Win, lose, draw, Orton's still, he is established. Yes, I'll agree with Travis. But I'll agree with Michael.
Pick a fucking side, would ya?
Go ahead, Michael.
Pick a fucking side. Honestly, you can't agree with us both. Fucking pick one. If you want to be in the presidential debate, let us know and we'll get you on there. But until then, you need to fucking pick a side.
Randy Orton did not need a win. And he
picked my side. And it's done.
No, I didn't
on.
say Randy Orton needed a win, so don't jump on that fucking bullshit. Let him talk.
Oh, Randy Orton did not need a win at all. Because, like Travis said, he's established. But at the same time, Bray Wyatt needed it more because lately, he like Travis said, he's been stale. But he didn't need to win clean. He needed to win the way he won because, like Michael said, we haven't seen a lot of heel tactics and run-ins and stuff like that. And he didn't touch Orton, so it doesn't make Bray Wyatt look weak at the same time. Because if Luke Harper would have actually got physically involved in this match, I would have said, well, of course, Bray Wyatt just went down the ladder because he needed somebody else to actually physically get involved. Bray Wyatt just did a smart tactic and won the match. I agree with Michael 110% right now.
As you should, because I'm way smarter than my brother as far as booking goes.
Really?
Honestly. Come on, Travis.
There is no...
You wanted Bray Wyatt to win this match clean.
Yes.
What does that do in the future for either one? Where does Bray Wyatt go from here? Where does Randy Orton go from here? Even bigger question.
Where would you have put Bray Wyatt from here?
I
feel like we're spending way too much time on this.
I would have booked Bray Wyatt the exact same way they did it tonight.
But, I mean, from here, if he would have won clean, like I thought he should have, where would you have booked him at?
Well, then you have to put him in the main event picture. But you have a heel champion right now. So how the hell would you have another heel winning clean against a returning babyface?
You know what I've always said, though? Bray Wyatt would make a great babyface, kind of like a Mankind did. You know what I mean?
He's not ready for it yet. It's not the right time.
Well,
I think, you know what I think?
Time's almost up.
You know what I think the best time for that is? And it would be almost like a redemption thing for when Cena gets his 16th reign. Because we know it's coming.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not. When Cena gets his 16th reign, I think that's when you turn Bray Wyatt.
You could have Cena do that tonight.
You could have.
Yeah.
But since that didn't happen, I understand where they're going. That's why I'm saying it. Because Bray Wyatt, I'm sorry, I just have trouble seeing him as a babyface. He kind of strikes me as more of a Jake the Snake kind of heel character. Like the whole trust me gimmick that he had. Like he was kind of like creepy. You didn't really understand what he was saying a whole lot.
And Roberts didn't need a belt to get over.
Exactly.
And Bray Wyatt
Neither does
falls.
Bray Wyatt.
Exactly.
That's why I feel like he doesn't need to win clean. How many times did you see Jake the Snake win clean as a heel?
Oh, as a heel?
Yeah.
But that was at the end of his run.
I'm just saying.
After his huge baby
as a heel, as that creepy heel, how many times do you see those kind of guys win clean?
Honestly, when he turned heel in 92, I don't think he actually did win a match.
No.
He lost to Savage at Tuesday in Texas. He lost to Taker at 8.
And he was done.
But still, you can't compare that.
He was still relevant. That's the same way as Wyatt. He's going to be relevant whether he wins clean or dirty.
different eras.
You know what I
Same with
mean?
Orton.
Same with Orton. Like Orton doesn't need to win to stay relevant.
Yeah.
If with this way especially, because you had somebody in the ring that surprised him, took his attention off for a second, and that's all it took for Wyatt to get the advantage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He kind of took Orton's tactics and brought him his own. Because I can remember back in the day, Orton used to do the same thing with Evolution, or with Legacy. Yes, he did the same thing. That's all it took. So
I feel like at the end of the day, this whole debate or whatever, we've all actually been agreeing about the same thing the whole time. It's just a twisted.
I feel like the way they went about it was the right way. This is one thing that I will agree with WWE, how they did this match.
It would have gone off a lot better for me if it didn't main event the show also.
Well, that probably could have went
that
better.
had a lot to do with
if
it.
this would have opened the show, I'd have been fine with it.
Yeah, because you get that's when the crowd's red hot.
Yeah, if you would have reversed this match with the title match,
yeah,
I think it would have went over a lot better. But just my thought.
Well, now that we spent a half hour on Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, women's title match.
Because I'm important.
The women's title match, Michael.
Not important. Not nearly as important as me.
Did not happen. Becky Lynch is announced. This is legit. She has an unring-related, undisclosed injury. Quote, not an injury, but something like setback.
Speculation is that she might be knocked up.
Yeah, I mean, that's what all the sheets.
Somebody got in her butterfly belt.
Nice.
You like that?
Now you're doing good.
You like that?
We're back on the same page.
Yeah.
Somebody, I mean, the sites are obviously. What else does it sound like to you guys? I mean, it could be a ton of things, but I don't know. But regardless if it's true, I mean, it's no big deal.
Hopefully it's not breast
Congratulations.
cancer. That'd be a shitty time for it.
Hopefully it's not breast cancer. Yeah, we didn't even mention that, guys. It's Pink Ropes Month in WWE.
Super duper. Hey, all respect to those women that have fought breast cancer, but
yeah,
does it really need to be pushed this much
doesn't-
every fucking year?
It's great.
We know. People fight breast cancer. People fight all kinds of cancer. Okay, do we need to make a whole month out of it in WWE?
It's great to honor those survivors, the women. No problem with that at all. I don't want it in my wrestling.
And my whole
if
thing.
I want to watch something like that, I'll watch something on breast cancer survivors.
Yeah, and my whole thing is what kind of what percentage
Or
of the
football.
well, I'm just saying what percentage of the demographic is breast cancer survivors that watch wrestling?
That's all their moms in there.
Yeah.
All the
I guess they're trying to go for the kids. They're like, oh, my mom had breast cancer, so I'm allowed to watch your show now.
Shout out
You know
to,
what I mean?
and by no means saying any of these people have breast cancer at all, because they don't. I'm just saying, shout out to, we have a ton of female fans. Shout out to Melanie, Sasha, Mary Hatcher. Shout out to my friend Tasha in England.
Yeah.
A lot of female listeners. That's awesome.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
I think the women.
Melody wants to come on the show, Travis. She wants to be
She
our
does.
first female guest. We might have to make that happen.
She's a little timid. Our friend Mel about coming on the show. She's
Why
a
is
little
that?
nervous because she just thinks we're probably embarrassing the shit out of her right now. Even bring this up, but she just thinks she wouldn't be good because she'd get nervous. But
What would she be nervous about?
try to tell any of you guys. We're just two dudes. You know what I mean? Talking about.
Oh,
some
she'd be
wrestling.
nervous about talking to major stars like yourself and I.
Like me?
No, it has nothing to do with you, Logan. You suck. It could have to do with talking to major stars like Travis and I. Melody, don't worry about it. We're down to earth guys. Whatever your opinion, we will listen to it and assess it.
But yeah.
No punches pulled, though. I can't promise that I'm going to be nicer to you because you're a female.
The women's title match though didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Becky Lynch is out. Alexa Bliss cut a prim in the ring with silver lipstick. Now I love me some Alexa Bliss, but I'm never a fan of when women put on silver lipstick. I don't even know if it's supposed
What
to.
did it look like, Travis?
Is it supposed to be sexy?
Yeah,
Or is it supposed to not?
What did that silver lipstick look like to you?
We're not going to go there. We're just going to move right along. Naomi came out.
I loved your quote on this one. Grab your e-pills, here comes Naomi.
Grab your e-pills. Here comes Naomi.
That's what
For
Travis
the raver entrant, that is literally what I have written on the format. Because I wanted to remember that. You know, quote of the night, Mauro Ronaldo's quote of the night, by the way. He actually said one-hitter quitter. So, Rob Van Dam, shout out.
Yeah, he should be happy about that. You should
Logan,
also be happy that you're wearing your hoodie inside out.
Logan, what did you think of Naomi versus Alexa Bliss?
It fell flat to me.
Yeah, totally.
What's that supposed to mean? You trying to say something about Alexa Bliss that you want heard, or?
No, I just think, I guess I expected, since it was not it was an unannounced opponent, that it could be like a return or debuted or something that
Well, who the hell are
that
you going to
could
return
really-
or debut, Logan?
Well, there was rumors about a month or so ago that Victoria was returning to the WWE.
Oh, that's just
And,
what the company needs.
That's one of your favorites from the past, Mike.
Yeah, about 20 years ago.
But if you guys need some news on Becky Lynch, she did post on one of the social medias that actually from the hospital that she's okay and that she'll be ready to go when
So she
will
gets the
defend-
abortion.
Will you be serious? Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not opposed to anybody's personal choice.
Dude, no, we don't need to talk about abortion
Let's
at all.
Let's at least be honest about it.
Wow. Oh, man.
Well, hey, that's why I'm back.
Logan, continue.
I say what everybody thinks. Go ahead, Logies.
Alexa Bliss will get her opportunity at the SmackDown Women's Championship against Becky Lynch on November 8th at a live SmackDown. And it's actually, to me, that's going to be a little less than a month away. Am I right?
Uh-huh.
Really, the announcement was earlier today was that she was going to be out an actual month. Now it seems like
Well, yeah, they take a while.
maybe. Come on, Michael.
Jesus.
Be serious here. If you are being serious, you are on something.
Well, I'm just saying, I know you can't do a whole lot for a couple weeks there, so.
Whatever the case, it's none of our business why she's out.
Maybe she's got herpes.
Speedy recovery.
Speedy recovery.
What's the
Let's go with...
what's the time slate on herpes? Maybe it could be herpes.
Herpes don't ever leave your side.
Okay, well maybe it's one of those STDs that could be treated in a month.
I think herpes are in it to win it.
Okay. Well, what about like the clap or something?
Like Scotty Riggs and the American Males, that was a hell of a clap.
No, I'm talking about the STD.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I want to move along. I'm trying to get back to wrestling and
Well,
stop
I'm just
talking about
saying-
abortion.
Well, what are we
AIDS,
supposed to talk about if it's going to take her a month to come back from an unrelated ring injury?
Well, to be fair to you, this show didn't give us a lot to talk about. I mean, for Christ's sakes, on the format, when I have silver lipstick written down, the match, it fell flat.
Yeah, when
it was botchy.
You're talking about E-pills and silver lipstick. What are we supposed to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel any need to spend more time on this. It was a filler.
The crowd was ready to take a piss.
Yeah, the crowd were shitting on it. But probably besides the main event.
Fucking Naomi wins clean over the number one contender.
Sorry, I didn't.
That's another thing that made no sense to me. If this is your number one contender, why is she getting beat clean by somebody who filled in at the last second?
Because it's WWE.
Makes no sense to me.
Well, par for the course.
Maybe all that glow in the dark stuff from Naomi got to Alexa Bliss.
Maybe.
Did she feed her an E-pill?
Besides the WWE title match, though, guys, the biggest hype match going into this, I know you're ready to talk about this one, Michael. I'm pretty much going to let you run with it because I didn't get to see a lot of it. Parenting, all that good stuff. The Miz and Dolph Ziggler, title versus career. It went down. Dolph Ziggler, guys, got the win. Is your new Intercontinental Champion. I think I called on the last episode. I was certain this was it. I've heard so many rumors from, and thank you, fucking Dave Meltzer, for being wrong as usual. Why do people rely on that guy so much?
Hey,
a lot of those
Meltzer a break.
A lot of those guys are wrong all the time.
He might still be right. It just wasn't at the pay-per-view.
No.
Maybe they have a rematch on SmackDown for his
There's
career.
been a lot of other things that Meltzer has claimed before.
Maybe they could pull a Ric Flair. Every match for Dolph Ziggler is for his career.
Anyway, the rumor was that he was supposed to transition to a backstage agent, that this was it. That's what he wanted to do. But no. I mean, that could happen, like you said. You're right. And I didn't rule that out. But for now, it didn't. We got a new IC champion. I mean, that's great for Dolph. It's Dolph Ziggler with the IC belt again, like a million times, like Chris Jericho pretty much. But I think the bigger picture coming out of this for me and Michael Logan is, where does The Miz go from here?
Rematch, obviously. Unless we see Daniel Bryan pull the trigger and with the very first trade since the brand extension started.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely going to get his rematch. Does he win? Do you guys book him to lose? And then I know what Michael wants to do already, but do you put him in that main event picture? What do you do with The Miz? Because he's been doing the best work probably of his whole career. Both these guys, too. Ziggler's best promo he's ever cut was the week before this in the build-up, also.
I just think, like I said, he'll get his rematch, and that will be it. But if Dolph Ziggler wins that match, where does The Miz go from there?
Well, I can tell you where that goes, and I'm gonna. Because this is right where I predicted it to be.
Well, you just cut Logan off. You're talking about me cutting you off out of nowhere.
Well, Logan doesn't count.
Really?
I'm the star on the show.
Logan, continue.
No.
We have equal
it's
pool.
my turn. It's my turn.
The new papers that we signed say we have
sake.
equal pool, like Ric Flair and Vince McMahon did when they both owned Raw. We're both allowed to yell now. Logan, you were saying.
You know, I have been a fan of The Miz and his work lately, and I just think he is by far behind AJ Styles and in front of Bray Wyatt as one of the best heels on SmackDown.
He is besides Kevin Owens, he's the best heel in the entire company. Wake up, Michael. I've said it time and time again.
Sorry, Ryback.
Kind of sick of repeating it. AJ Styles, if you can get around that Southern Jeff Jarrett style twang, he's a great promo. And I know some people that like sways them away and they just can't do it, but it is what it is. But yeah, this solid match you said, Michael. You're up now.
Is it my turn?
Do everyone proud. Why they voted you back on your match of the night.
This is the match of the night.
Your match, yeah, it was. If I didn't see it,
easy match of the night. No botches. Technical masterpiece by these two guys.
Technical masterpiece.
Absolutely. These guys did some things in the ring that I thought were awesome. Also, coming out of this match, I thought during this match, I thought there were a lot of great near falls in this match where you thought, okay, Ziggler's done. You know, and even myself, a seasoned wrestling fan, kind of threw in the towel there in certain points of the match where I was like, okay, that's the finish. You know what I mean? And it wasn't. So it was a good surprise. It was almost like a WrestleMania-style match as far as the near falls in this match. I was very surprised on a lot of them, especially the spot where he got sprayed and I thought it was going to be another one just like it had been the past few weeks. But it wasn't. And then the Spirit Squad came out, and you're like, okay, that's how he's going to lose. And he kicked out of that one as well. So...
Shout out to Kenny Dykstra.
Yeah, great job, Kenny. Way to make an appearance. You still look the same. You still need to go work out a little bit, bud.
The worst last name in the history of wrestling.
Yeah, Dykstra. Okay. But as far as this match goes, as far as where they go, I hate to say I'm right, but I believe when we did the brand split and we were picking guys for certain shows, I believe I said Dolph Ziggler was going to be my Intercontinental Champion.
I'm glad you remember that because that seems like an eternity ago.
Yes. I definitely did. He is the perfect guy to hold that belt. I think he holds it for a while, hopefully. And I feel like from here, The Miz goes up. I feel like he loses his rematch. They're going to have it eventually wherever it is. Hopefully they don't drag it out too long. But if it is drug out, I think it's for a good purpose as far as to where to put Miz in the main event picture. I feel like by WrestleMania, Miz is either your champion or... he's right there in the title picture. Yeah, I think that's where you bring in Daniel Bryan in the picture. I think they have their match at WrestleMania.
You think it'll be for the title?
Whether it's for the title or Daniel Bryan costs him the belt and that's what leads to WrestleMania, I think that's where they're going with this because The Miz is so over right now as far as a heel. I feel like he's your biggest heel on SmackDown right now, even more than AJ Styles.
People shoot that idea down to me, what the beat on Facebook, Twitter. Whenever I bring up that it feels like it is what it is. It feels like they're building up to a match with Daniel Bryan, but when I say they shoot me down, they're like, Daniel Bryan's done, accept it, blah, blah, blah. Look at Terry Funk. Look at fucking Ric Flair. I understand the medical standards and practices. It's way different in the modern era, but where there's a will, there's a way in the wrestling business as far as your career.
I could definitely see Daniel Bryan coming back for one more match.
If we're wrong, then we're wrong, but they're booking it and it feels like it. They are,
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah,
and I think we can all agree on that.
They've been teasing it for way too long for it not to happen in some point of the future. So that's where I see The Miz going. I think he's going to be even more of a focal point on the show. I as much as it hurts me, I feel like in the next few months you'll see AJ Styles lose that belt to a babyface, whoever it is.
He has to lose it eventually.
Yeah, and I think I don't see him having that belt at WrestleMania. I see the Miz. I see the Miz at the Royal Rumble or something after that with the belt and somehow losing it because of Daniel Bryan, and I think that sets up their feud for WrestleMania. That's how I would book it, but that's where I see these guys going.
That's kind of a stretch. I can see Styles with the belt at Mania. Unfortunately, I can see him losing it at Mania. I do agree with you totally that it's time to bump Miz up. He's just been putting in the work too much, in ring, out of the ring. Some guys.
2 or 3 months ago, you were ready to release him, I believe.
And that tells you what booking can do to a talent. Back to the beginning of the show with Bray Wyatt. Proof is in the pudding. When Miz was a babyface with Ric Flair as his mentor, that shit was awful. Miz is a natural heel. And when you let Miz turn his volume up, quite honestly, guys, everyone listening, Logan, you know who the fuck Miz reminds me of from personal experience is you. Because you're both fucking dicks sometimes.
Me?
Miz a lot more. You know what I mean? But his character reminds me like you. Like how your character in a way, kind of.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Huh.
That...
I'm glad you compared me to The Miz.
It's kind of like The Miz mixed with Tully Blanchard. That reminds me of you.
Huh. Well, I mean, that's a big compliment to The Miz, for one.
Oh, Jesus.
Because anyone who's like me...
Logan, help me over here.
I mean, that definitely makes me feel great because I feel like I'm awesome, and his slogan is awesome. So, and my
His
son...
slogan or Logan is awesome?
Slogan. Nothing about Logan is awesome. Let's get that straight. And my son has an outfit that says awesome on it. So...
Is it a Miz onesie?
No. No, it's not. But,
Can we all agree on something?
What's that, Logan?
The Miz is very underrated in the ring.
I've been saying it for a long time, and Travis has not been on board until now, which is fine. I understand Travis.
I've never said The Miz sucks in the ring, ever.
You did not like him at all.
I just think it depends who he has to work with. Him and Ziggler are best friends. They've worked with each other so well. You know what I mean? Now, if you put The Miz in there, his matches with Wade Barrett were the shits for me.
Well, he was a babyface.
Doesn't matter. He was wrestling another guy.
He doesn't wrestle well as a babyface. Just the way it is. His moveset is set for a heel.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just the way it
that
is.
corner clothesline where he puts his legs out.
And he doesn't overdo it. He's not Dean Ambrose about it. Okay?
Yeah.
It's to the point where Miz can be, if he's booked correctly, the heel of your show.
I think I'm going to take a picture of this, our actual format from tonight's show, and put a picture up on social media. You'll know how excited it is, because tonight I'll let Michael write the majority of the format. And he wrote, this is how excited he was, huge pop, exclamation point, exclamation. You must have been so excited that you literally had to write huge pop.
Well, it was the biggest pop of the night when Ziggler got the 3 count.
I just mean this match made you
it was
that
bigger
excited.
It was bigger than any other match on the card. The crowd went nuts.
Not the first.
This was
match.
the most emotionally invested match of the night, and it was your Intercontinental title match.
Yep.
That has to say something for The Miz.
When do you see a career match in a mid card title match? It's usually for a big belt.
But people wanted to see The Miz lose more than they wanted to see AJ Styles lose, more than they wanted to see Bray Wyatt lose.
True.
This is why I feel like The Miz needs to be bumped up to that main event picture, because he's doing his job and then some. He is your mid-card. He is your mid-card champion who needs to be put into your main event picture, possibly as your main event champion. AJ Styles, I love AJ Styles. I think we both agree that AJ Styles is amazing on the mic, in the ring. But right now, I feel
on the mic, I would say he's really good. I don't say he doesn't.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, I mean, I was just giving him an overall grade.
Gotcha.
But right now, I feel like The Miz is the guy
on SmackDown.
Yeah, that needs to be pushed the most. AJ Styles, we said it before, needed to be pushed. Now he's been pushed. I feel like you could put him back into a feud with someone else, and he'd still be okay without the belt. I feel like The Miz right now is the guy that I could see out of nowhere winning that big belt. like he did before, except hopefully booked better.
Yep. I'm on board.
When he won the WWE Championship a few years ago and main event of WrestleMania, he was definitely booked like the worst champion ever.
Yeah.
Like you and I could come off the street and beat him for the belt.
One of the worst WrestleMania main events of all time.
Yeah, he was definitely booked like he could not win a match against.
Well, the match
fucking
itself was
Barry Horowitz.
botched, shit-tastic.
Yeah, I mean, it
horrible.
was crap.
Cena and The Miz, if you guys aren't sure.
Yeah,
WrestleMania 27.
He was booked like Barry Horowitz could come off the street and beat him. You know what I mean?
You know what's really funny? How we have yet to mention this about this match. Those tights, the Ziggler's. It's
the
like
pink.
They had something. You even said it, I think, watching it. I can't stop watching it.
Yeah.
It was the tights.
I don't
Those
know.
neon pink tights.
I don't think it was the tights. I thought it was the match in general. I couldn't write too many comments about the match
can you
because
fucking work with me for 2 seconds?
I was afraid I was going to miss something as far as the match went because it was very well paced. There wasn't much resting.
Yeah.
And it was just like one move after the other, one spot after the other. It flowed very well to where I didn't feel like I could take 30 seconds to write a sentence on the paper.
Since it's
that's how wrestling should be. When you tell a good story and you have a great match, that's how it should be. There shouldn't be a whole lot of comments needed to be made.
Exactly.
So that was my match of the night.
Since it is match of the night, around the table real quick, our graded match of the night, guys. What do you grade Ziggler and The Miz?
Go ahead, Logies.
I'm going to actually give it an A, to be honest with you. This was absolute the match of the night.
Solid A from Logan. I can't actually vote because I didn't really. So, Michael.
I definitely gave it an A. I gave it an A minus just because it's No Mercy and where it was put on the card. I thought if you were gonna switch the title matches around, this should have been your main event. It's for a career versus a title. This made more sense to be your main event rather than Orton and Wyatt. I would have switched these two matches if this is the way you were gonna book it.
I think you also take the risk of what they did though with Bray Wyatt in the main event tonight. Is it's an IC title match. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what. But also,
and Ziggler has
you have a
exactly
career
been
on the
booked
line.
Strongest in the last.
Yeah,
couple
but
years.
it's still Ziggler. He's been in the company for a while. It's your most invested match. The most
Right.
I feel like
I get it.
This match had somebody's career on the line as opposed to a title, or with Orton and Wyatt, nothing on the line.
Right.
Why is that your main event? Just because you could definitely tell Vince had his hands in that. Well, we got to put Orton and Wyatt on there because it's
so,
Orton.
Michael, it's so obvious anymore. The older Vince gets, what you can tell Vince specifically was Vince.
You could tell he wasn't
booking
budging.
wise.
You could tell he was. He let Triple H have the title match first, and you could tell Triple H wanted this match to be last.
Got to put Orton out there.
Yeah. Why couldn't Orton be out there before the women's title match? I feel like this is the biggest problem we've had in the past few months with WWE is the order of the match booking. We don't necessarily.
And that's going to get even. It's going to get worse because there's two brands.
I don't feel like we necessarily disagree with who's going over or how they're going over. It's just the order in which things are done.
Possibly the way we have it written on our format is how it. No, it's all over the place. The format.
There's certain points where you might have been able to reverse it, but I could see how they were doing this if you just switched these two matches. If you just switched Orton and Wyatt with Miz and Ziggler, I feel like that would have made it okay with the title match being first. Because still, you had your biggest pop of the night as your last match, and it's for a career.
The fact that didn't get booked is the biggest travesty.
It was kind of weird to me.
But that being said, guys, it is promo break time. We are on fire this week. Everyone is pretty fired up, Logan style. Michael's back. Our first promo break. Who wants it? Anybody? Just say me, or just say something.
Well, I think
give it to the guy that's finally back.
Give it to Mr. Homecoming over here.
I'll take it. I'll take it and run with it. I always take the ball and run with it. This week's promo break is coming to you from one of my favorite people in the whole world.
Me?
Jesus, really?
Wow.
Are you guys best friends secretly?
Best friends handshake.
Yeah.
You guys are sick.
Jim Neidhart, Michael?
No, it's not Jim Neidhart.
Excuse me.
Who do you think it's from?
The Reverend Slick on the Slam Pigs podcast.
Exactly.
Really?
I want a Slick promo. How did you know that?
I did not know that.
I
think you're just saying that to make it flow.
Actually, it was Slick.
Are you fucking
That's
kidding me?
very creepy.
No way.
Yes, it was Slick.
Now,
Slick is one of my favorite managers of all time that never gets talked about.
Are you being fucking serious?
Yes, I love Slick.
Which incarnation of Slick? You got Akeem Slick or you got the Reverend Slick?
I liked Akeem Slick personally. I liked him back then. I didn't like him as the Reverend.
Did anyone like the Reverend Slick? They didn't even want the Reverend Slick. It was like 92 in the company, 93.
Yeah.
He managed fucking babyface Kamala on Raw versus Evil Doink. We just talked about that fucking match last week. I can't escape this match.
But
It's
think
cursed.
about Slick in a different light.
Alright, the good Slick.
The glory days of Slick.
That was a great one with Akeem's debut.
Yeah.
You want that one?
Yes.
Here it is, guys. The debut of the former one-man gang, Akeem, with the Dr. Style Slick on the Slam Pigs podcast. We're back with Michael and Logan. Hang in there. Woo!
Behold! Oh. And behold, a king! Huh? A king? A king? Wait a minute, Slick. Wait a minute. 430, 450 pounds. I recognize this band as the one-man gang. No, 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 no. This is a king. Don't you ever refer to him as the one-man gang again.
Hey, wait a minute, one-man gang. You think I just got off the...
Didn't you hear me, you thick-headed fool? From now on, I will be known as Akeem. I'm reborn tonight, the greatest night in history.
What? I didn't just get off the turnip truck. I know better.
Listen, man, Chrome Dome, didn't you hear what the big man just said? This is the greatest night in wrestling history. I told you it was going to shock the world of professional wrestling. And just look at him.
What plans do you have for this man, Akeem?
Akeem, brother, has been reborn. He's seen the light, and now he has a new intensity. He's going to soar up to the top of the ladder.
Are you telling me, Slick, that the one-man gang...
Why did you say me?
Beg your pardon? Akeem has been revitalized?
He's been revitalized, brother. Never before has he ever talked. But he's a new man now. Man,
Hear that,
I'm a
Akeem?
new man, Mean Gene Okerland.
See that?
You understand what's going down tonight? You don't really understand the impact this is going to have on professional wrestling, do you, brother?
I really don't. I don't know if I want to get into the...
Listen, it's time to go, bro.
What? Akeem and Slick are checking out. Oh, look at that. I'll tell you what.
That was Slick. First time ever promo on Slam Pigs podcast. One of the weirdest guesses for me because Michael was actually thinking Slick when I guessed it, so that was fucking creepy.
Great minds think alike.
We're back with Logan, the return of Michael. Logan Mirrors, yes. And this is the No Mercy post show, guys.
Or Logies.
Logies. Let's get right back into it, Hulk Logies. Baron Corbin versus Jack Swagger. I'll flat out admit it to everyone listening and on the show. I walked out. I saw none of this match because it's fucking Baron Corbin and Jack Swagger. Welcome to a SmackDown pay-per-view. Guys, you did see the match.
Would you like to see my notes on the match?
I have read your notes on the match,
Okay.
and they don't enthrall me in the slightest. It
Yeah.
says boring and the match sucked.
Says there was boring chants during the match and Corbin won. I watched the whole match and that was pretty much all that came out of it that was exciting to me. Logies, your thoughts?
The only thoughts that I can really give on the match is that Swagger is by far the only person besides Dolph Ziggler to make Baron Corbin look strong and look really good when he hit his finishing maneuver.
My whole thing with
The
Baron
undertaker.
My whole thing with Baron Corbin's finishing maneuver is if you're going to be a top tier star, you need to have a finishing maneuver that you can do to anyone. Do you think Baron Corbin can do that finisher to anyone?
See, that's a tough call.
You see him doing that to the Big Show?
I don't think he has the strength to do that.
Yeah, that's
He
my
would
whole
really
thing.
need to. He would really need to change up something.
I think it benefits him, though, because we're definitely in the era of the not big men. All the big men are fading away in the Giants. It's the era of the more average, more kind of have built set like Cena or your...
I mean, that's fine. I mean, I just, like I said before, I go for the more old school approach.
Oh, totally.
If you're going to be a main event
That's
guy,
my philosophy,
you
too.
need a finisher that you can do to anyone.
I'm just saying, though, maybe that may benefit him because we're in that era. But at the end of the day, it's fucking Baron Corbin for me.
Smiley face belly.
Smiley face belly. He's got Krang in his stomach. He's a giant robot from Ninja Turtles. And there you have it. Let's move right the fuck along, guys. From that match,
Hey, let us know what you thought of the Baron Corbin versus Swagger match.
we had a Bray Wyatt promo, Michael, that was really weird. And
Did anybody make sense out of any of it?
was he speaking in tongues?
I'm not real sure. Logies, did you make any sense out of it?
No, I thought I accidentally hit my remote and put it in a different language, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt's promos at the point, it's just at the point where he speaks like baby gibberish.
Yeah,
and
he's not even
snarls,
speaking English.
and he laughs. There's a maniacal laugh, baby gibberish, a smile, beard, Bray Wyatt promo, standard.
Kind of like when I came down the steps tonight to come on the show.
I've been delete.
Yeah.
Obsolete.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Broken Matt.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You would be ashamed of yourself watching that much TNA.
You know, real quick, that this is the first, let alone any TNA I've watched in so long, almost like 2 or 3 years. Eddie Edwards is your new TNA heavyweight champion, by the way.
That's a hell of a name there. Creative.
Former Ring of Honor wrestler. Anyway, real quick, the Broken Matt
Parents
stuff.
couldn't think of anything else to name you except the same thing.
Broken Matt Hardy, Brother Nero with Jeff Hardy. The entrance at Bound for Glory. If you're on the Slam Pigs Facebook group, I put it up. Check it out. I've watched it way more times than I care to admit. But I enjoyed their match at Bound for Glory. I didn't see all of Bound for Glory. I'm kind of getting burnt out on talking about the sale of TNA because it's like somebody fucking pull a trigger, do something, and we're still like a stalemate with it. So we'll see where that goes with TNA. Right back into the show, guys. This weird-ass Wyatt promo. But then you have the tag team titles. I got kids, Michael. I need this job.
We need those shirts.
Yes, the new Heath Slater shirt.
We both got kids now. We need those shirts.
One of the greatest T-shirts ever.
I got kids.
Heath Slater's new T-shirt. I think we're going to pick it up.
That appeals to dads.
Appeals to dads.
Yep. I think ticket sales are going to go through the roof.
First and foremost, against the Usos, heel Usos. Great match. Solid tag team match. Much props to Rhino for keeping up with younger guys. He totally held his own. And I was flat out shocked. I was certain that this little Cinderella title reign was coming to an end, especially with the Usos doing so well, in my opinion, as heels. So much better, I should say. They're not like the greatest heel tag team of all time. The shoes are a little much.
Yeah,
but,
yellow shoes.
Yeah. I like this match. I like the finish. Everything about this match I liked, guys.
Well, you definitely had Heath Slater coming in there with that Ricky Morton fire.
You almost said Ron Simmons.
Yeah, sorry. He had that Ricky Morton fire and then some. You could see him on the outside waiting for that hot tag. I mean, he was going nuts.
Heath Slater was hanging out with Naomi backstage and taking some E-pills because he was through the roof fired up.
He was like Logan Mirrors fired up times 10. It was crazy. I mean, he was ready to go, and he got in there, and the crowd was into it. He came in when's the last time you saw Heath Slater come in a ring and just fucking destroy everybody?
We've seen that for like the last month, and it's been really weird.
It has
but
been
I'm
weird.
happy for the guy.
Just one of those things that you see, you're like, is this really happening?
He entertains me.
Like, he gets the hot tag, and he's the one that comes in there. He's usually the guy that's on the receiving end of the hot tag.
I think months ago when we had Logan on the show, possibly for the first time, we all called it at the draft split that this was going to get him over this whole... Because he was getting so much TV time as like the undrafted pick, and it was designed to get him over, and it did, totally. And I couldn't be happier for Heath Slater. He deserves it. He's eaten a lot of plates of shit in that company. And
hopefully this goes somewhere for him.
I think they're still going to drop it to the Usos. Yeah. I really do. And then it's going to be Alpha and the Usos feud into Rumble season and Mania.
Yeah, I mean, you saw Alpha win the Fatal 4-Way there in the pre-match show.
Logan, I got kids. I need this job. Did you like this match?
I did.
All right.
All right. Good thoughts there.
Okay, Michael.
Can you elaborate a little
Don't
bit?
make me...
Can you elaborate a little bit? Jesus Christ. You're supposed to be commentating a live event here soon? This is what you have to add?
Oh, Michael. Listen.
You got to practice up for that. You want to... What an asshole I am.
You're an asshole.
Really. Logan, I'm so sorry, dude. You have a huge announcement for yourself before we go right ahead. I'm sorry I forgot. It's a huge gig coming up.
Logies, what are you doing soon?
Well, first I want to mention about the Heath Slater match. I think Heath Slater is by far one of the underrated talents in SmackDown, and I think he does need to shine away from Rhino sooner rather than later. But I agree with you guys. I think it's gonna be all Uso and Alpha soon. But that being said, yes, in February I will be starting and basically putting a debut out as a commentator. And no,
The T
guys,
is silent.
nobody can replace freaking JR. Nobody can.
You know it's debut. It's not debut. The T is silent, Logies. Just throwing
I'm
that
sorry,
out
I'm not perfect like you.
there. Oh, well, you should be. Kurt Hennig, maybe. You, not so much.
Logan, continue trying to promote yourself without interruptions.
Logies, keep it going. See, you got to be able to talk through criticism. See, this is what I'm trying to train you for, trying to make you a better commentator, and you're dropping the ball, bub. You're going to have to pick it up and go. Come on.
No, soon enough, I'm going to be commentating in February. Really excited about it, for House of Pain, for NWL. I think this is an opportunity that you really got to take it and run with it, and you got to learn from it. And I'm just excited to see where this goes. And obviously, I'm going to be commentating for a tag team tournament to crown tag team champions for NWO House of Pain. So shout out to John Rambo for the opportunity.
Well, congratulations, Logan. That's awesome. Definitely look forward to that. I hope there'll be some footage on YouTube or something from the event. Guys, let's get right back into No Mercy.
No, let's not.
You don't want to get back into No Mercy?
No.
We didn't even talk
Things need to be said about that.
about what?
Logan, if you're going to commentate, if you need help, we can be there for you. We could be that voice in your ear to make you entertaining, because I just...
You're going to have an earpiece? You're going to be the guy in the gorilla position?
I just don't know if he's going to be able to cut it. It's just the way it is. I don't want him to be Byron Saxton. I don't want him to...
So you're looking out for him in a way.
There's no way I'm going to be no Byron Saxton. He sucks. He's terrible.
He's so
Well,
happy.
to be honest, if you looked around on Twitter and on Facebook, people are comparing you to him when you come on the show here. It's getting to the point. Maybe you got to switch up something. Maybe you might want to think about being a little more like me.
Will you be serious with that?
I am being serious.
With
I could be like Morrow and go, Mamma Mia!
One hitter quitter.
I think Morrow's very entertaining.
I think Morrow is the next Jim Ross. I think we're going to be talking about Mauro Ranallo in 5 to 10 years if he stays with the company. In the same vein, we're going to talk about Jim Ross. Mauro Ranallo is
The
phenomenal.
difference between Mauro Ranallo and Jim Ross is Mauro Ranallo can go wherever the fuck he wants.
This show, I know we still have the title match to talk about. I don't know, man. Just not feeling it this week. I'm just not feeling this pay-per-view. So we're all over the place. You brought this up to me earlier. Eric Amard, when he was on, he had you wanted to address some things. I guess you wanted to I have to abide by the contract now, this 50-50 shit, so it's nothing I can do. My hands are tied, guys.
And I believe Logi's here made the same comment, wanted to compare me to CM Punk on being a quitter. Let's get things straight, folks. I didn't quit the show. I know Travis here wanted to make it out like I quit the show.
You quit on air. You walked out on air.
Definitely didn't quit.
And then there was a video of you coming back to grab your phone and quitting again.
No, definitely
Yes.
didn't quit. It was definitely made out for me to quit. It's kind of like
it's a setup
It's kind of
now.
like the American media right now with Donald Trump. They're making him out to be kind of the bad guy and Hillary Clinton to be the good guy, and everybody's kind of seeing through it. And I feel like the fans are kind of seeing through you as well, Travis.
Well, for one,
Your nice guy image is kind of getting blown through, and I think people are finally seeing that Michaels might be the way to go.
First of all, here's the deal.
I think the fans want me as the host and you as the co-host. I'm just saying.
Here's the problem. It's miscommunication. At what point did I say I'm a nice guy? This is Slam Pigs, isn't it?
It is.
I'm not a nice guy. I'm not a flat out dick, but I'm not like, hello, how are you? Tip of the hat. It is
You're
what
kind
it
of fake.
is.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I appreciate it.
Fake to who?
For everyone. Why don't you be yourself? That's what I do.
I am myself. This is literally how I am when the
All right.
thing is rolling.
I just want to make
You're
sure.
just trying to make it entertaining.
I am entertaining. I don't have to make it entertaining. When I speak, people listen. Okay, it's just the way it goes. As far as CM Punk goes, don't compare me to CM Punk. I am not a wrestler. I'm not a former wrestler. I am not a guy that tried to go in the UFC and got my fucking ass
I
kicked.
think he meant being a quitter.
Oh, being a quitter.
Yes.
Well,
Not
CM
saying
Punk,
that you had a background in MMA and shit.
CM Punk did not quit, I believe. I believe he just chose to take his retirement.
He totally quit. He walked out on the company at the Raw. After
He disagreed with the
he
way...
left at the Royal Rumble.
Well, I believe it was kind of the same terms I did. He disagreed with the way the show was going, and...
So you're saying you pulled a CM Punk?
No.
Because you literally just said, you know, 5 seconds ago you just said, oh, so yeah.
No.
So it's justified, your argument's null and void because you just here admitted that you're like CM Punk.
Once again, I get cut off. You know, can't finish my side of the
Well,
story.
if you listen to the Eric episode,
I know,
he said he enjoyed being on the show with you.
Well,
he
I'm sure
enjoyed
did.
it.
Most people do. It's the way it should be. If I'm not on the show, guess what happens to the show? I think we've seen it.
One more.
Fucking pee break time. I was going to put that in the comments section on one of the last shows, but I didn't out of respect for you. That was one of the times when I showed restraint.
Well,
when I really wanted to be like, well, I want to take a piss. This fucking show sucks. That's what it sounded like. Good thing Logan wasn't on it. I'd have taken a shit. Jesus Christ. God help the NWL. He's got to commentate a tag team tournament, and everybody else is going to be sitting there going, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Same way it is on the show.
You hurt my feelings.
Well, I'm sorry that your feelings are hurt. You shouldn't be that sensitive. After I'll be 29 in a couple weeks here. You should be used to me by now. You shouldn't be that sensitive.
No, my feelings are hurt that you thought that my show sucked.
Well, I'm sorry. I think it was definitely missing something, and you definitely didn't sound as into the show as you normally do, and I felt like the show was a little lackluster, and it wasn't very entertaining.
I felt like they were both fine episodes, but also real quick on our behalf, we got a lot of good feedback from the episodes with Eric and Corey. We're going to have them on with you in the future. Have no fear. Guys, where can they find us on Twitter and Facebook real quick, Mike?
Well, you can always find us on Twitter at the Slam Pigs Podcast or on Facebook, where I thank you all very much for voting me back on the show, the Slam Pigs Podcast.
And as always, we are the most
interactive wrestling podcast on the internet by far.
Carmella and Nikki Bella had a little match.
Oh, we needed that build up for this shit.
This was it was a match. Not good, not bad. It was just a match. I felt like I was watching SmackDown, literally. This was also booked to bring the crowd down because the title match opened the show. This was the second match of the night. And what happened, Michael?
I don't remember.
I don't either. What's on our format over there? Written right in front of you, which is why I threw it to
women's
you.
match.
Who won the goddamn...
It said it sucked.
It's written sucked. It got
Kurt Hawkins looks like Heath
Nikki
Slater.
Bella.
Nikki Bella won. Thank you, Logan. And yes, under it says...
Written on this match, literally it says sucked with an exclamation point. It also says Kurt Hawkins looks like Heath Slater. That was our thoughts on this match.
He does look like Heath Slater.
I'm just saying, that was the memorable parts of this.
Tights and all.
In all reality, Nikki Bella looks great.
Yeah, all the women look great.
I mean, she looks like in tip-top shape. I mean, Nikki Bella, I could see why John Cena's porking it. Nikki Bella looks like Hot City right now. It's definitely, I could see why they put the belt on her, because she was definitely looking good tonight. And,
I'm glad.
And we're not the biggest Nikki Bella fans.
No,
don't take it the wrong way. We don't want her to have the belt or anything.
Old beef and cheddar.
But as far as eye candy goes, Nikki Bella,
She does.
I mean, not as good as she doesn't look as good as Sasha, Janine, or Melody, or our other female listeners, but she looks pretty good.
Well,
so
it's a shame that we're not here for a beauty pageant. We're here for wrestling.
Yeah.
And wrestling-wise, I know she's improved so much. She's just blown out of the water when you put her. In my opinion, the best woman on the entire roster is always out of the equation. Is Charlotte, the overall package.
Well, she's on the roll.
Yeah, this match was what it was. Logan, what'd you think?
I honestly thought for once Nikki Bella has become one of those women wrestlers to come back from a severe injury and surgery and improve drastically in her performance, and I think she needed.
And that's enough from Logan. This is my show.
What?
I've had enough of this shit.
Did you just hit the hang up button?
Sure did.
What? You just hung up on Logan.
I did everybody a favor.
Are you serious?
It's part of my contract, Travis. You saw it. I can cut off.
Where's the fucking... Give me the contract.
Yeah, I can cut off guests anytime I want.
This is bullshit. You snuck this.
I didn't
You
sneak
brought
shit.
this over
You
for me to
signed it.
sign. Yeah, and you waited
signed
until
it.
I was home alone with all the kids by myself and I couldn't fucking
No,
read it.
No.
Yeah, you know what you fucking did.
No, I did it for everyone's best interest. Everyone.
This is Hibiki.
Yours, mine, the listeners.
This is Hibiki TMD.
It is Hibiki TMD, but I feel like I did it for everyone's best interest. This was
I
a
am
shitty match.
Hibiki
No,
TMD.
no, this is the shittiest match on the card, and the shittiest guest that we have every time on this show. I feel like he was getting a little boring, and everybody was getting a little down. So I feel like that was the time to use. I get it once per show. I don't
fucking
cut
believe this
whomever
is
I
in the
like.
goddamn contract.
Yeah, it's in there. Every special guest, I have the right to cut them off of the show for the rest of the show. Yep, it's right there. You just read it.
Why is Hard to Name podcast on this?
Oh, I forgot to tell you about that. This week on the Hard to Name podcast, I will be making my first appearance on that show as well. Michael, myself, will be on the Hard to Name podcast this week. Guess what we're talking about this week, Travis? Our favorite sports Super Nintendo games. Long awaited. It's happening this week because I have the right to be on the Hard to Name podcast whenever I like as well. That's also in the contract. As you can see right there in front of you. That's just the way it goes.
First of all, you brought this contract. Why are we sponsored by National Bohemian Beer Company? I don't even like Natty Bo that much.
You drink it.
Number two...
Because it tastes good for one, and they're paying me a lot of money to have them sponsored.
But number two, it's Hard to Name podcast.
Yeah.
You can't be on that.
Yeah, I can. It's right there in the contract.
We do this show.
Yeah, we it's also Hibiki TMD. If you, as you can see right there.
I am Hibiki TMD.
Wait a second. Flip to page 6. Right there, section 3. What's that? I believe that says that Hibiki TMD is now 50-50. What's that say, Travis?
I read it, Michael.
That is correct, sir. For all of you listeners, I am 50% owner of Hibiki TMD. Therefore, I have all the rights to all podcasts and or content associated with Hibiki TMD.
You're not picking my game reviews.
That's for right now. I guess I'll let that slide. But for right now, that can be yours.
I really don't want to review fucking Madden every goddamn review.
That's fine, but you can have those. But as far as the podcasts go, I'm going to be making appearances whenever I feel the need. So I feel like the content on the Hard to Name podcast need a little pick-me-up. So I'm going to be making my appearance, my debut appearance. Debut, not debut, Logies. I'll be making my debut on the Hard to Name podcast this week on Hibiki TMD. I am the 50% owner. I'm thinking about maybe changing the name as well. But we'll be working on that.
You came up with Slam Pigs podcast.
I did, but I'm talking about Hibiki TMD. We may need to change that.
No.
Yeah,
that is not in the contract.
Page 7.
I don't even want to turn it.
Turn it. Section F.
Can we go to a fucking promo breaker? It's
Yep. It's in there.
Just pick a fucking...
Michael has... See that right there? Michael has the right to change the podcast name of the whole channel whenever he feels the need.
Just pick a fucking promo.
It's your turn.
I don't even want to.
Yeah, it's your turn for a promo break. I picked the last one. Who you got?
Really?
Yeah.
A fucking promo break right now, and you drop all this
Yeah,
bullshit on me.
It's your turn. Don't get mad, get glad. Also, Gladware bags, sponsored on the Slam Pigs podcast. Thank you.
I don't know, the Rougeau brothers.
Nope, I'm vetoing that
I
one.
can't even pick the goddamn fucking promo.
Nope. Go back to page 6. What's that say? Part 3.
Jeez. Just fucking pick it at this
No,
point.
it's,
Just,
no,
you know
pick
what?
something else.
Just run the whole
Pick
fucker
something
by
else.
yourself.
Pick something else.
But you know what? You do all the promotion on
No,
Twitter.
no,
You want to be 50-50. There's a lot of promotional work that goes into that. You ready?
No, it's your promo. Go ahead. Just don't pick something I don't like. It's not that hard. I'm easy to get along with.
Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. I don't
Absolutely, I love that one. Yes, that's a good one, folks.
Are you sure?
Yes, I love it.
I don't
All
have
right,
to-
guys,
I don't
this
have
week...
to read anything else to make sure
No,
that
we're good on that.
no pages.
This promo break from Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff when we come back on the Slam Pigs podcast.
Going to get his shot eventually at Hulk Hogan and become the world's champion. And you're lucky he's not a racehorse, or he'd win the Belmont and the Kentucky Derby also, because he's our greatest athlete today. And he's the only man that ever left the champion of the world, Hulk Hogan, laying. And he has a simple name. It's just Mr. Wonderful. And here he comes.
You know, Bobby, some people would say just what you've just said to everybody out there, that would be bragging. That would just be thinking that you're cocky. But you know something? That's exactly right. The truth really hurts. Because Hulk Hogan, I have earned respect. I deserve respect. I was drafted in the NFL. I was in the College Football Hall of Fame. High school All-American. The greatest athlete to ever come out of the state of Florida. I've earned it. I deserve to be the next world heavyweight champion. You see, Hulk Hogan, the difference between you and I is that I'll do anything at any cost to get something I want. I'll even sell my own family down the river for one reason, and that's our world's heavyweight belt. You see something? I left you laying right in the middle of the ring. Right there I left you because you thought that I was your friend. Friend. You're really dumb. Dumb. Because Hulk Hogan, I've got you running wild right now. You're on the razor's edge, the point of no return. Sooner or later, Hogan, you're going to have to be man enough to sign your name to a contract. And then I'm going to be the champion.
And that was Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff back here on the Slam Pigs podcast. I'm Michael, alongside my co-host Travis. Travis, we're excited to be back.
What did you say?
Yeah.
I am not a co-host.
Yeah, you're my co-host.
Nope.
Page 4. Page 4.
Nice try.
Go ahead.
Nope.
You want to look? All right. Well, Travis is alongside me. We're back on the new improved Slam Pigs podcast. Travis, we only have one more match to go over for this pay-per-view. Then we have our match of the week, and then I think we're ready to go for this evening. But Travis, your thoughts on how Slam Pigs podcast is going from here on out?
Show open with WWE title match.
No, that's not what I'm asking.
AJ Styles
No,
defended
say shh. No, your thoughts on the way the Slam Pigs podcast is going now.
It's bullshit. AJ
Why
Styles.
is it bullshit, Travis? I think it's better.
Why don't you just talk about that?
No.
Since I'm just co-host.
Why
I'm just fucking co-host.
Why do you hate it so much?
Well, all I have to say is this, and trust me, I'm going to pull some strings, and this will be revised.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
If you want the reins to slant, by all means, if you want the reins, do all the editing. Do all the work.
No, see, that's also...
Oh, because you want the show to be watchable.
Yeah.
Because I'm the one with the digital talent to make the show happen.
Well, no,
Because we just do the show. Your job is to come over, drink beer at my house, sign little pieces of paper for a fucking beer company I don't even like.
That you also signed.
You're a sneaky Pete about it.
I'm not a sneaky
You were a
Pete.
sneaky Pete.
All those pieces of paper have not been edited.
Well,
You just didn't, as usual, you're such a busy guy, you didn't have time to read the whole contract, so you just signed something that you didn't even know what you were signing.
Well, for everyone...
Not my problem.
For
I had my lawyer draw those papers up for me to come back on the show, and you, at the hospital, when my son was born, didn't even look at it, just fucking signed it.
But now you're making up stuff because I was sick, and I didn't make it to the hospital. I met him 2 days after he was born.
I'm sorry, when you came over to my house.
Oh, that's a hell of a wrinkle. I'm sorry, you didn't meet my son at the hospital when he was born.
I'm sorry, I got you confused. But
Oh.
you did meet him 2 days later.
Wow.
and you met him at my house, and in the whole hussy fuss, you didn't even bother to look at the contract. You just signed it.
Don't bring a baby into this.
I'm just saying, you were more worried about holding that baby than you were looking at this contract. So, I mean, I understand that he's a cute kid. I mean, he's my blood. I mean, obviously, he's going to be a cute kid. Just the way it goes.
Can I just get the show back on the rails so we can end it this week?
I mean, that's fine. I mean, I just wish you were as upbeat as I am about the show right now. You know, this is going great. I just wish that was fucking Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And you're just making him out to be like a big stack of shit. He's a Hall of Famer.
You're fucking welcome for that.
He's a Hall of Famer. And you wanted the Rougeaus on there. They sucked.
They didn't
They were awful.
They highly entertained.
Did they ever hold the belts?
Does it matter?
Yes, it does.
I feel like we've
Are
had
they
that
in the Hall of
conversation
Fame?
all night.
No, Mr. Wonderful is, though. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm back on this show. Fucking making this show what it should be.
Trust me, by all means, a lot of listeners know me as the host, and I think in everyone's heart, whether you like to admit it or not, this is the host Slam Pigs Podcast. Travis, we're back. I'm just going to keep trudging through.
Okay.
Because the only thing I can do is chin up, roll up my fucking sleeves, and get through this title match.
I see. You got them up to your bows.
First week back. Yeah. And you're...
Hey, I'm just exercising my rights in the contract.
WWE title match. AJ Styles defending in a triple threat match against Dean Ambrose and Captain America himself, John Cena.
Why do you have to sound so depressed about it?
This opened the show. We've said all night.
You're not answering my questions. You sound like fucking Hillary Clinton right now.
How would you feel right now?
You just ignored my question.
How would you feel right now, Mr. Trump?
I'm not Mr. Trump.
Since you're being a dickhole this week, you're Mr. Trump.
Oh, now
and
Trump's
I totally
a
just
dickhole.
ripped off your dickhole quote.
Yeah. That's also in the contract, page 2.
Oh,
please.
please.
That cost you a quarter.
WWE title match.
Look. Hold on.
I'm not looking at the fucking contract anymore. Stop. WWE title match. Open the goddamn show. Been fucking saying it all night. Sick of talking about how shitty this show was. And it's gonna get shittier now with you in fucking control.
Still cost you.
I asked you to be on this fucking show. I invited you, and you've taken off front of me.
Well, it still cost you a quarter.
You can fuck off.
Fucking
Talk
take it. Yeah.
About the match.
Well, this title match was a really good match. There was a lot of great spots in it. I really enjoyed the way it was worked, except for, like you said, the double submission there where AJ Styles tapped, but there was still no winner for some reason.
I said it first.
Do you feel better?
No, you got me sinking your level with comments and stuff that you would say because I'm fucking pissed.
Are you good now? Can I continue? Okay. Well, anyway, I didn't. As Travis said, I didn't really agree with the double submission here. We thought that AJ Styles was eliminated from the match. Maybe it was changed to like some sort of elimination style match, but that wasn't the case. AJ Styles came in and broke up a pin shortly thereafter, and then shortly thereafter that he hits Ambrose with a chair, or was it Cena? Who did he hit with the chair? Don't remember. Okay, he hit one of them with a chair, and then he pinned the other one. AJ Styles, still your champ. That was your opening match of the pay-per-view. Travis, I think we've already gone over our thoughts for how this pay-per-view was booked in general.
Yep.
What grade would you give this pay-per-view overall?
Solid D.
Solid D, so like a D+?
No, like D for dickhead. Like somebody I know all too well.
So just a regular old D.
Did I stutter?
Regular old white
Did I
D.
fucking stutter?
Okay. I gave it a D-. Thought this pay-per-view sucked. Like Travis said, the solid D. Didn't care for the... I felt like this pay-per-view could have been in the B's easily.
Oh, like this episode could have been if someone wasn't a goddamn prick.
Are you done? Or do I have to fucking cut you off as well? You done? You good?
Just fucking
No, we
hurry
still
up.
have some show to go.
We don't.
But I would appreciate if I could put my thoughts in without you interrupting. Thank you.
Maybe you're going to see a broken Travis, a different Travis from now on.
Broken Travis, really? Why do we have to go back to TNA? What is it with you and TNA? Is that like your like secret little?
What is it with you going on fucking topic? Just
No,
stay on the
you're
goddamn
one
title
talking
match. We
about
don't need to talk
broken-
about fucking Ricky Morton and the goddamn Cowboys and fucking all this shit.
Well, I'm trying to stay on topic. I'm trying to stay on topic, but you keep interrupting me, and you talk about broken Travis like you're fucking Matt Hardy or some shit.
Not someone that interrupts someone every fucking time they talk. What the fuck should we ever do?
You got your hood up like you're fucking cold in here. It's fucking 70 degrees in here. What's wrong with you?
You're cold as ice.
Are you from Florida?
I'm from... Fuck you.
What? You're from what? It's good to see this side of it because it makes me giggle a little bit, and it also makes me see, it lets the listeners see the real you. This is what I've been wanting to get out of you.
Let it make you giggle. Let them see the real me. But you stole my show from me. Plain and simple. That's all I got to say about it. Let's just move on and get through this
match. Why did I steal it? You still got it.
See, I'm not even trying to be confrontational. You are. I just want to move right along. You're dwelling on it.
I'm not.
Splitting fucking hairs about it.
You're getting mad and I'm getting happy.
I'm getting irritated because you're not finishing your fucking sentence about the match.
How am I supposed to finish my sentence when every time I try to talk,
no one is going to
listen
me to fucking 2 hours of two brothers, one who's a good swell guy and those dickhead arguing. They want to hear what the fuck happened on the show.
Well, why won't you let me talk? Are you done? You done? Anything else? Okay. Anyway, AJ Styles gets the win here. It definitely is a solid D- for me. This definitely could have been booked in a different order. That's my biggest problem with it.
I already said all that. See?
Well, how am I supposed to remember where I was when all I do is get cut off by you?
But
I get cut off by you every fucking 5 seconds. Nope. Just like before. That's in the contract. Page 5. You're not allowed to cut me off.
That's bullshit.
That's in there. You'd see it if you wouldn't have thrown it on the fucking ground.
I'm gonna
bullshit. This is bullshit, and I'm sick of it. Okay? So you pick up that goddamn contract and read it, or you're going to owe me a lot of goddamn money.
Nope. 2 points.
That's the way it goes.
First point I want to make, if I was still the fucking host, which I am, let's not get it twisted, I wouldn't have gone off topic because I have a knack for keeping the show on the fucking rails, for being a true professional.
Because I'm the guy that keeps you on topic.
Point 2, I had fucking Wendy's spicy chicken for lunch today, and when I get done this fucking show,
does that have to do
I'm
with
picking
anything?
up that bullshit contract, and I'm going to take the biggest fast food shit, and guess what I'm using to wipe my fucking precious ass with it? Take a wild fucking guess.
That's fine. I got plenty of copies at home. So you can wipe your ass with whatever you like and give yourself a hemorrhoid and cut your fucking asshole up with fucking paper. That's fine. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go home and wipe my ass with that nice fucking toilet paper that's soft, that Angel Soft toilet paper.
Oh,
that
fucking
double
Hollywood
stuff.
over here with his Angel Soft.
That's good shit. But I'm going to go home and wipe my ass with that because my ass is going to stay nice and non-bleeding, and it's going to keep being right here on the show every week in a good mood like some other people should be. But
no, you know what? I'm not sinking your level. I'm going to be a true professional like I am and have been since day one. Down like day one, like fucking DMX.
Really? Did you say DMX?
This show, all in all, was nowhere near as good as Backlash, guys. No Mercy totally fell flat. Presidential debate or not, like I said at the top of the fucking show, the first word in the name of the company is World Wrestling Entertainment. It didn't really matter, and it's on an on-demand channel. So placement fucked it up. Not a big problem with any of the match outcomes. A lot of bullshit fucking matches that could be on Superstars or main event, for that matter. This is No Mercy. I don't know if I look forward to Hell in a Cell because Clash of Champions didn't impress me much, but that'll be our next post show. But we'll be back on our normal show because it's staying. I don't fuck all this contract shit. Next week on the Slam Pigs podcast. All right, Hotshot. All right, Big Balls. Take us home.
We still got Match of the Week. And guess whose turn it is for Match of the Week? Mine. This week's Match of the Week from me also comes from No Mercy. It is an Intercontinental title match, which also was the best match of the show tonight.
Jeff Hardy and Umaga?
No. I'm actually going to go with the late, great Chyna going against Jeff Jarrett at No Mercy.
Ugh.
Her first Intercontinental title reign.
Sideswipe me with that.
Yep. In a
housekeeping
good
match.
housekeeping match. That's correct. The first time a female ever won the Intercontinental Championship was at No Mercy.
Stupid.
This was a really good match as far as the way it was booked. A lot of weapons used. Chyna was really over in this match.
Was it good for how it was booked? Was this good?
Do you have something against a woman winning the title?
I don't, but that's why there's women's belts.
Oh, so
it's because it's not believable it's just not believable.
So you don't
You know
think
what
it's
I mean?
believable for China to beat the shit out of Jeff Jarrett?
I don't. I think China was just a steroid abuser. I don't think she had any fighting skills.
Well, that's fine. I mean, if you want to be sexist and all that,
I'm not
that's
being
fine.
sexist.
It's okay.
There's got to be one of our female listeners that agree it's hard to take a man versus woman match seriously. Lucha Underground is notorious for doing this shit all the time, and it's one of the main reasons I'm not in the Lucha Underground. Call me a sexist if you want, but it's not
You are.
that.
You're very sexist
Oh.
right now.
Fuck you.
Your daughter would be ashamed of you.
Easy.
I'm just saying.
No, we don't bring.
She'd be ashamed.
You don't bring fucking kids in.
I'm just saying. You know, this woman
She's
made
also
history.
8.
She made history. She won the Intercontinental Championship, the first woman to ever do it, and I believe the only one to ever do it.
Yeah, baby.
See what I have to deal with, guys. I try to be respectful and keep the show going.
You know, maybe if it
And
would have
this is
been,
what I have to deal with.
if it would have been anyone other than China, I wasn't a huge China fan.
So who else was believable to win the Intercontinental
Oh,
Championship?
what was this? 99. Did you really just ask me who was a believable woman to win the Intercontinental? All right. Jackie was pretty fucking tough. Miss Jacqueline,
Also, like 5'0".
but she was tough as nails. Oh, now who's a bigot towards short people? Oh, so if you're short, you can't kick ass. Shout out to former world champions that were little guys, Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio.
Oh my
But in
God. Were
Michael's
they
world, those
5
fucking
feet
reigns
tall?
don't count because you got to be this tall to ride this ride.
Were they 5 feet tall?
Yes.
They were 5 feet tall?
Yes, they are 5 feet tall. Below 5 feet tall is legally you're like a dwarf.
Just saying, that's what Jackie
It's
was.
not Little Beaver and Lord Littlebrook from
We
WrestleMania
all know
3.
that China was the only believable woman at that time to win a men's belt. Okay, let's
Just
not
didn't need to
quit
happen.
beating around the bush. No pun
The
intended.
way this whole thing played out, it was in that ridiculous shit with Jericho. She beat Jericho like Survivor Series. She beat him clean, but she lost it the next month to a belt. But then they did where they shared the belt because they both won it.
Yep.
It was fucking stupid. This whole thing was booked, and nothing to do with her being a woman. That could have been a man
I
in
just
there.
thought this was a great landmark match to mention. First time a woman won the Intercontinental
It
Championship.
is a good landmark match to mention.
Yeah, but I'm glad you just shit right all over it. So that's my match of the week, guys.
Whoa, 50-50. Does Jeff Jarrett get enough credit for... I think Jeff Jarrett was a great Intercontinental Champion. In, the 95 Jeff Jarrett with, the male stripper get up and, the don't piss me off Jeff Jarrett.
I agree.
I thought he held that
I
belt
thought
great.
Jeff Jarrett was one of the most underrated wrestlers of all time in whatever company he worked in.
My biggest problem with Jeff Jarrett when he went to TNA, well, even in WCW, he's not a world title guy in my eyes. You know what I mean? He's just not. He's Jeff Jarrett. Great IC guy.
Kind of like Adam Bomb.
Oh, no, not even close. God.
Sorry, I thought it was
Now you're just trying to get on my good side and kiss my ass by bringing up
I'm not trying to kiss
jobbers.
anybody's ass. Adam Bomb was pushed there for a while.
Adam Bomb was legit.
He was there
Said
for
no
a
one
while.
ever. Then he was Wrath. And then he was just Brian Clark. And then he was retired.
He was the epitome of a guy that had the $1 million look.
10
but-
cent brain.
No,
Like
not
Bobby
10,
Heenan's?
not a 10-cent brain, but as far as in-ring ability, he was very kind of bland. Like, nobody ever really bought into any of his matches. They were just kind of... The matches he won were kind of squash matches, and anytime he went against anybody good,
Nothing to him.
even when he won, it was kind of like, ooh.
But way off topic, I'm fucking analyzing Adam Bomb's in ring skills.
I should have put his promo in this week.
For one of those gimmicky weapons matches, I thought it was fine. I don't hate this match. It's on a couple compilation DVDs. I think the Intercontinental Championship DVD.
Yeah.
This match is on there.
Yeah. Well, it's
So-
definitely...
Obviously, it was decent enough to make a few. It's not a bad match. Yeah,
Miss
I
Kitty was
recommend-
in it.
She was.
You love Miss Kitty.
Not as much as Jerry Lawler used to.
Yeah, but I mean, Miss Kitty was in it. She got smashed with a pie.
But yeah, that's all for me this week, guys. I can't believe I'm about to say this. This Friday on the Hard Name podcast with Michael.
I'm sorry.
I'll see you guys.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
With Michael. I'll see you guys on the Hard Name podcast. Michael, take us home.
Hey guys, thanks for joining in this week for my return on the new and improved Slam Pigs podcast. I hope you guys really enjoyed the show. A little less Logies goes a long way. That's the way this show went this week. And guys, I hope you're tuning in because it just gets better from here. Okay, we are what, Travis? The most
Interactive pro wrestling show on the internet.
really.
You know what we are. They know what we are. They're Slam Pigs Nation. They're here for a reason. They wouldn't sit through this long episode with all this yelling, all this contract.
I don't think when
bullshit.
I don't think when I was angry I ever sounded like
No,
that.
no, you just stood up and you left.
No, I didn't just stand up and leave. I waited till the end of the show, and
Were you
I
angry
did what
the
I had
whole
to
show?
do. No,
You did what you had to do.
yeah, I did what I had to do. You treated me like shit, and I got tired of it.
Fine. The most interactive fucking pro wrestling show on the goddamn internet. And it's full of cusses this week. Cusses. I don't
Alright.
care.
Well, we're not a PG show. I don't mind.
Broken.
Oh my god.
Delete.
Here we go. The TNA bullshit again.
I thought you were taking us home, Mr.
I'm
Host.
trying to.
Mr. fucking
But
Big
how
Wig.
how am I supposed to be into anything when you bring up that shitty TNA stuff?
It's Broken Matt Hardy.
TNA's
isn't
worth
shit.
about as much as my old Ford '92 Mustang. I paid about
That you don't
$700. I paid about $700 for it. It lasted me about a year. That's about as long as Matt Hardy's gonna last in this fucking gimmick. Okay, TNA sucks. It's always sucked. It's a piece of shit.
It hasn't always sucked. Yeah, and you used to like TNA back in the day.
TNA I liked for about 3 weeks. That's about as long as it got.
No, way to give it a chance.
Yeah, I gave it a chance, and I saw the booking in it.
3 episodes.
Yeah,
so that translates
yeah.
to 3 shows.
Yeah, that was crap.
And fucking
Crap.
They've been around for 14 years.
NWL, which Logan Mirrors is going to be broadcasting for. I feel terrible for that show. They probably have had as many fans at their shows as TNA has had at their live shows. So, I mean, guys, Logan Mirrors is going to be on an NWL show in February. I just want to let you know. In case you're in the area, it's not going to be good.
Well, for Michael,
No, I'm not done. It's going to be bad, guys. John Rambo, we respect you, what you've done in the wrestling business. A lot of other guys that work for that company. Hey, if you're a tag team wrestler, you might want to get us commentating that match. Just saying.
are you done?
Logan is not going to make you sound good or look good. I mean, for anybody...
Seriously,
I'm not done.
we need to take it home. It's
No,
late.
I'm not done.
Save it for next week.
No, I'm not saving it. I'm not saving it.
Come on.
I don't have to filter myself anymore to conform to you.
But you're just rambling.
No, I'm not conforming, and I'm not filtering. For those of you that work for that company, I'm sorry if you're in a tag team. This is just the point where you need to say, hey, this can't happen. We want Travis and Michael commentating our matches because they're going to make them exciting. They're not going to put us to sleep like Logies. So, but show 31's in the books, Travis.
Yay. I loved every second of it.
That's hurtful. It's really hurtful, Travis. I hope you're in a better mood next week because we got a lot going on next week,
Oh,
guys.
I will be, because some shit's going to be cleared up by next week.
If you haven't realized by now, Travis, the legal process takes a lot longer than a week.
Well, just remember, you don't edit the videos and you don't upload them.
That's fine. If you want to edit this out, that's fine.
No, I
That's
just
your
won't
prerogative.
do any more of the shows.
Hey, if you want to deprive Slam Picks Nation of the shows, then they have someone to blame.
Low blow.
So, that's your choice. But from here on out, guys, we have a new Slam Picks podcast, and it's going great. And we hope you guys are back here next week for show number 32. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to have a Raw review, SmackDown
We
review.
always do. You
And
act
Travis
like
is going to be
something new.
And Travis is going to be excited as usual.
You act like that's something new that we have a fucking Raw and SmackDown review. Way to hype up something that's as common as a fucking
Do you have something better?
Next week, maybe we'll have freshly baked bagels. Maybe we'll be first thing in the morning with Eric Amard. Maybe Logan gets his vengeance. Who knows? Is that a little bit better for you?
Sure.
Yeah. You fucking loved that. You
Yeah,
thought that
that's
was the
just
shit.
Great. Awesome. Keep it going. What else you got?
Just trying to take it home.
Oh, we're finished.
Michael, in all seriousness, welcome back.
Thank you.
This is Slam Pigs Podcast. I'm Travis. Show 31's in the books. If you didn't see No Mercy, don't go out of your way. Just maybe a match. Check out
Watch
the
the
Ziggler
Intercontinental,
match
yeah.
and the title match, the big one. Till next week, for Michael, I'm Travis. Show the Slam Pigs Podcast. Have a great week.
Hey guys, Mike here from the Slam Pigs Podcast, reminding you, as always, check us out on Twitter, at Slam Pigs Podcast. Check us out on Facebook, the Slam Pigs Podcast. Or, as always, check us out on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button. Hibiki TMD is where it's at. Until we meet again, oink oink.